and this is the Fuzzy Cow Podcast. Of course, if you follow us or if you don't, we do this show in a few different segments, and we do it in a few different formats. Obviously, we have our studio show, but when we come out and get to visit these wonderful conferences and events and summits, we definitely like to do our man on the street interviews and talk to the people that are making these things happen. And on that accord, I have our wonderful guest from the Money 2020 team, Micky Tesfaye. Micky, you want to say hi?
Hey guys, hi everybody. Hey Keisha, thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming. And we'll be chatting about the cryptocurrent, which again is a segment that we do to cover, what's happening the latest in both TradFi, DeFi, and FinTech, right? So first, let's just get off into that. Story number one is coming to us from Citibank and Coinbase, where they plan to develop a digital asset payment capabilities for institutional clients. And they believe that this move is going to bring Wallstreet closer to on-chain money, point blank period. We kind of already see this in some other places and iterations with JP Morgan and Chase, and other place for liquidity, right, through having that representation and protection by institutional adoption in entities. But the initial work targets fiat pay-ins and payouts for Coinbase's off-ramps. And that is something that frustrates everybody, both on the rails and off, right? So any thoughts about that?
I think, Keisha, as you know, if you walk around the Money 2020 floor in Las Vegas this year, you can see that there's been a tidal wave of change in financial services, right?
Absolutely.
This year, more than ever, I think the stablecoin conversation in particular has ramped up to an incredible level.
Yes.
If your listeners take their minds back to Money 2020-24 in Las Vegas, it was during our show that the Stripe acquisition of Bridge, at that time, Stripe's biggest outside acquisition of any company, broke.
Yep.
And since then, in about a year, right, the world is completely different with respect to digital assets, with respect to stable coins. And so I think we're seeing just an incredible amount of activity and engagement from institutions, right? We're seeing so many new stablecoin or digital asset products, services being launched by institutions. Western Union just announced on our floor, they announced their move into that space as well. So I think this is really just a continuation of a trend that we've seen just ramp up incredibly over the past few months.
And have been a really great environment to kind of, again, crouch that conversation, right? And kind of let the industry know what's coming ahead of time in true insider fashion. I mean, also to your point about Money 2020 last year, we had Gary Gensler, right? Mm-hmm. And who had said that he wasn't going to quit early, and not even 6 weeks later, right?
Incredible, right? It's like two different worlds, right?
Absolutely.
We had the former chair of the SEC, Gary Gensler, keynoting, and then this year, actually, our keynote, one of our main keynotes this year was Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy.
Yes.
So that really just reflects the world we're living in, and obviously the institutional excitement for digital assets. I think probably much more than crypto, I think it speaks to kind of upgrading of financial payments infrastructure and payment rails that I think the industry has been pushing for a long time. So this feels like we're moving in that direction at a lot of pace.
Absolutely.